Hey guys, welcome back. Here again at Pound to Pound Fitness Technique. Check us out. So today, I would like to discuss yung benefits of the overhead press. And particularly, overhead press specialization. So for the rest of this video, I will refer to it as OHP for short. Most of the time. So right off the bat, ang number one benefit niya, pinaka-obvious, build up niya yung ating delts or deltoids or shoulder muscles, which although hindi sila neglected gaya ng back muscles or maybe nung hamstrings or yung inner thighs, those stuff. Let's face it, relatively lagging pa rin yung shoulders for most lifters compared sa ating mga chest. Alam niyo na, chest is everybody's favorite body part. Kumbaga, pinaka-passionate tayo at saka enthusiastic sa pagbe-build up ng chest natin, to the point na everything else just falls behind it. And that's kind of a misguided goal for most lifters kasi guess what? Yung shoulders mas malaking mass and aesthetics ang binibigay kaysa sa chest. That's what I mean. Take a look kung saan yung placement ng shoulders sa ating katawan. Right on the outside, right? Because of its placement, yung shoulders ay nagbibigay ng really a lot of width. And if there's anything about looking bigger and aesthetic din, depende sa goal mo, width is absolutely mandatory. You will not look biggest if you look narrow. Now, guess what? Ang chest, walang binibigay na width whatsoever. Whereas the shoulders are the most responsible for the most width. So, ayun, given naman yun eh. If you want to look the biggest, the widest, prioritize the muscle that gives the most width. Makes sense, right? Okay, so next, in addition to the shoulder muscles, i-build up niya rin yung other important areas din surrounding the shoulders that also contribute to width and overall mass, namely upper back and traps. Strongly involved din sila doon. A proper overhead press has a shrug at the top. Hindi alam na iba yun kasi improper yung ginagawa nila, sadly. Upper chest, kasi the bar sits on your collarbone. It should, pagka hindi all the way down yung press nyo, bad form yun. I swear, don't press like that. Anyway, upper chest, lagging area din siya. Overhead press builds that. Triceps, of course, since pressing exercise siya. Particularly the long head, aka yung inner, yung meat ng triceps, strongly engaged siya sa overhead press. Because remember, to engage the long head, you need to do two things. Place it at the side or behind, i.e. in its shortest state, decontraction, or to stretch it out. Flexion, shoulder flexion, put it overhead. So yeah, the overhead press does exactly that. And hold up. I will run you down to a few sets. Tapos spawn ko yung other stuff. Check this out. Okay, so gagawa tayo ng a few heavy singles and some fives with 135 to 140 and 115. Okay. Okay, so that was a single at 140. Next fives, but 90% by the way. Ito 115, about 80%. Let's go. Okay, tapos last but not least, actually no, this might not be the last, pero yes, this is probably yung biggest benefit niya. The overhead press really is just an awesome full body, essentially full body siya, even though technically upper body siya, lift that is so easily overlooked as a strength exercise. Kumbaga with the rise of powerlifting and and of course yung popularity din ng big three nila, aka yung bench press, squat, and deadlift, na na cast aside na yung overhead press eh. And that's a shame kasi pressing heavyweight overhead, especially kung 1 rep max, is very fulfilling. Tsaka very siya, beneficial siya sa sa core strength kasi pressing overhead, guess what? Very siya, very demanding siya sa stability. That's why a strong overhead presser ay someone right around body weight yung kayang i-press kahit 1 rep max lang. You can bet, there is no doubt they got a strong core. So yeah, that is that. And last but not least, overhead press done correctly is healthy for the shoulders. Why? Ini-strengthen niya not only yung ating deltoids but also yung upper back and traps, main stabilizer ng shoulder girdle, rotator cuff ay nagka-cuff in place sa ating shoulder joint, sa socket niya. Ayan, strengthen. Tapos assuming na gawin mo siya in its full range of motion, proper form, i-mobilize din yung shoulder natin eh. Kasi tanya. Full shoulder mobility, which is quite lacking in most people, especially sedentary people, even people who work out pero imbalance yung training program nila. Alam mo yan, puro chest pressing, not enough pulling at saka vertical pressing. Guess what? Ang number one stabilizer at mobilizer ng shoulder joint ay ang overhead press. That's how bang for buck siya. Strengthener na siya, mobilizer pa siya. So, by the way, there's this common notion na ang overhead pressing daw ay bad for the shoulders. Honestly, I would have to say, that's not true. That's largely fear-mongering by the, physical therapist world as they venture into strength training and try to take it over. Ito kasi, sabihin na lang natin, it's not the exercise, but how the exercise is done, which will determine kung makaka-injure siya or hindi. That's like saying, that's like generalizing na deadlifts are bad for the back. Therefore, people shouldn't deadlift. Or squats are bad for the knees. Therefore, people shouldn't squat. Bullshit. It's not about the exercise themselves. Although yes, totoo na there are cases wherein people are not yet qualified to do said exercises. Pero, those exercises themselves, by definition, are not bad. It's that you should execute them properly. Remember? Obviously, proper execution, even with submaximal weight, will lead to injuries. And besides, even if hindi suitable yung exercise para sa atin, which inevitably will be the case, there will always be an exercise variation that is quite more suitable for you. Well, deadlifts bother your lower back. No matter what you do, try, drop bar deadlifts. I'm very sure gone na yung back issues mo dun. Front squats bother your, back squats bother your knees, try front squats. Extra core and quad stabilization pa, while requiring less weight. Yeah, that's that. So, kumbaga, yung whole labeling na, ang overhead press among other exercises ay bad for the shoulders is largely because, guess what? Lifters do the overhead press with freaking terrible form. Hindi ko siya expound masyado, pero here's like this. Nakasandal ka all the way back sa patong bench, arms wide, press not even all the way up, and then lower not all the way down. Elbows flared, automatic stress sa elbows, shoulder. Tapos not going all the way up and all the way down, ego lifting, tsaka not getting your system used to full range of motion, which in the long run, guess what, will likely cause injuries. So what's the solution? Do the overhead press properly, i.e. huwag kayo sumandal. I fucking hate that. You can do that on dumbbells, pero barbell no. Elbows tucked, huwag masyadong wide yung grip. Somewhere here is the most. Press, dikit sa collarbone. Press all the way. Shrug the shoulders. Not this egotistical bullshit. That's how you fuck up your shoulder. And by the way, yung shrug dun sa top, that's what's gonna protect you, the shoulder joint. Kasi now, ina-activate mo yung upper back and traps mo directly. Tapos, basically right around here, strengthens the rotator cuff. So, for those of you who say na you wanna, your shoulder pain, do a lot of this, bullshit. I mean, yes, totoo yun, you should do that. Pero, honestly, that's little stuff. Ang big stuff that will cure your shoulder pain the most, overhead press. Shoutout kay ano, Joshua Valdesera.
Yo!
Yo. Shoutout din kay ano, Cindy Dizon, the love of my life. Tapos si ano. So yeah, that concludes it. Yun ang benefits ng overhead press, tsaka overhead press specialization. Hence why siyang favorite upper body lift ko. So yeah, try it out. Ano, the benefits are ano, awesome. Like I would say, nothing against the bench press, pero it's not a bad exercise. Pero much more beneficial ang overhead press, objectively speaking. Take care, signing out.